Welcome back. We're still discussing asset recoveries as regards to the anti-graft war of the federal government and indeed the Nigerian government. Well, Dr. Igbenedion, the president of the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, that's Mr. Gumbadu, has somewhat like taken from Mr. Gundikbe, brought it down home and talked about how Nigeria is too laid back and waiting when it looks as if some other government are defending the citizens of Nigeria. You said this will appear to be. It looks like you're tying into what he said, but how can we go forward?
Well, in going forward, Nigeria needs to rise up to the occasion. I realized that even during the Abacha, when the Abacha was in power, Nigeria was very sluggish in recovering its assets. Nigeria believes, that is the general impression of Nigeria, that if money has escaped from Nigeria and is abroad, they categorize everybody, both the host countries and the banks, they are thieves. They should return our money. We don't look for the evidence. We don't gather the evidence to say, look, this, based on the UNCAC, United Nations Convention Against Corruption, 2003, to which many states are signatories, we have evidence. The US, Switzerland, the UK help us. This is the evidence. We don't do that. We expect them to use their domestic legal system to look for the money here and there, to recover it. At the point of recovery, when I recover, you say, the UNCAC says that we are entitled to reparation. Pay us the money. We are very reluctant. We are very dormant. But we want to collect. And that is where the problem is. This government needs to rise up to the occasion. Thank God, the government has entered into MOUs and MLAs with some countries now. So the government should exploit. They should put men on the job. Let them, because when the government came into power, the government did a media propaganda. I call it media propaganda. Because the government was saying that, of course, this present government came in on the platform of anti-corruption war. Instead of gathering those evidence secretly and hand them over to the foreign jurisdictions, the government was saying, we are going to recover the money. They are, wherever they are, we recover them. Meanwhile, those people who have stolen this money, they won't wait for you. They will relocate their assets elsewhere.
Cayman Islands.
But in all of these recoveries and all of that, even the local recoveries, because we've heard news of how much monies have been recovered, and indeed the Attorney General was quoted as saying that he's going to publish the names of the looters of public funds. In all of that, is it not funny, or is it not, how do you say now, that we've not seen any prosecution?
Well, I think, yeah. Domestic, you mean domestic recovery?
To a conclusive end, even amongst the domestic recovery.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but then it's the EFCC and the other security that they are using maybe arm twisting, arm tactics, really, to recover administrative means. It's not really by judicial means, per se, because the nature of the legal system in Nigeria, everybody complains about the technicality and all that, although the technicality exists, for the benefit of everybody, both the government side and the opposition. So now the recoveries we have made, we should even talk about what are we doing with the money. Because I was at the GIFA meeting, pre-GIFA meeting in Abuja, where the Attorney General said I will recover this 85 million. I was there. So the issue is so many organizations, so many outfits, they are recovering money for and on behalf of Nigeria. So, but there is no central body yet to manage these assets. I understand there is a bill in the House, in the National Assembly, that will take the proceeds of crime bill, so that there will be a body, centralized body to manage all these assets. Okay. Not to share the money, to manage it.
That's all we ever do. Okay, Mr. Agundikwe, let me look at another dimension of this. You remember when Cameron called Nigeria a fantastically corrupt nation? I took great umbrage to that. I don't know about you, because I felt that these countries were complicit because they were receiving stolen money and hiding stolen money for Nigerians. So if they did not, I want to open an account in the UK, and I'm told you can't open an account because you don't live here. So how come all these guys are able to open accounts? They are big men in Nigeria. Dane Tete was a minister, but he was able to open an account and he was able to hide his loot in the country of the man who is calling us corrupt.
That actually has to do with the nature of a human. I mean, as a human being, as a human being, of course, you expect to be successful. So the same thing now expands into the society. As a country, the UK will not, it won't be in the UK interest of the UK to reject potential investments. I mean, that's talking about cash inflow into their country. They won't. Switzerland will not. Even the United States will not. All countries are expecting investments to flow in just the same way we also go all over the world seeking or asking for investment. So, in as much as the West, has been condemned over the years as being complicit to proceeds of corruption, it's not something that we expect to cease anytime soon, because it's in their own interest to have those investments. But of course, we just have to also give them credit in places where they find strong evidence of wrongdoing. They don't hesitate to help us to recover the funds. All countries across Africa over the years have benefited from funds being recovered. I mean, Abacha loot, we are recovering it from Switzerland today. So, still today, rather. And so they are trying their best to help us in recovering stolen funds, in holding stolen funds. Like this Malabu fund that we just received. It's because they are very, very effective over there. Their system is actually effective. That is why all the money did not just disappear like that, because the one that was transferred to Switzerland, Mr. Pt.3 started, transferring it to others. That's why we have other individuals on the trail, like